Hey, all, welcome back to the Chalk Sports Podcast. Let's talk about the games today. And we got the Niners versus Browns. San Francisco is 5.5 point favorites, and the over under is 42.5. I'm going under, and I'm going San Francisco. I think San Francisco is going to put Shador Sanders in hell all day with that pass rush and with that confusing schemes in general. I think they have a lot going for them in that regard, and I expect a lot to show from it. Rams versus Panthers. Panthers got whomped by the Niners last week, and I expect the same thing to happen versus the Rams. The Rams are already one of the best teams in the league, and with a Panthers team that's looked really inconsistent lately, I expect a big score for the Rams. Houston, the Texans versus the Colts. I've got the Colts and I've got the under. I think with the Colts, just latest developments with Sauce Gardner, and even with Tyler Warren being questionable, they're still very healthy. Yeah, they need Buckner back, but I think in general, they still have the pieces to be able to pull a victory over the Texans, who have been kind of a frisky team lately, just having a hard time getting points on the board. Moving on to the next one, Saints versus Dolphins. I've got the Saints covering 5, and I've got the under at 44.5. I think the Dolphins have been horrible, and I haven't seen anything redeeming from them. However, the injuries to the Saints is concerning, but I still have a little bit of hope in Devon Neal in general. I think he's been amazing this season, and he's got a lot of potential. And we'll see how that goes as that game goes on. Falcons Jets. I've got the Falcons. I've got the over 43.5. It's pretty simple. I'm not really talking about this game, even though Kirk Cousins is in. By the way, Cardinals Bucks. I believe in Jacoby Brissett to break that over at 48.5, but I do have the Bucks to win in general. I think Baker plays. Titans Jags. It's a rival. It's a division game. Don't bet on it, but I have Tennessee and I have the over. Minnesota versus Seahawks. I've got Seahawks. I've got over. John Wolford is the quarterback. Be careful. Raiders versus Chargers. Raiders is 9.5 point dogs, but I believe in them because again, division games stuff always happens. I've got the under at 44.5. Bills versus Steelers. I've got the Bills. I've got the under at 46.5. I think the Bills in general have been a very good team. They just have had a lot of inconsistencies. And moving on to the last one, Broncos versus Commanders. I have the Broncos and I have the over at 46.5 because it's just the Broncos. I think they could be very good in this game, and I think the Commanders have looked horrible, especially without Jane Daniels. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, share, click link below too. Here we talk about the college football games yesterday, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.